قل لا أجد فيما أوحي إلي محرما على طاعم يطعمه. Tell them, say to them, I don't find in whatever is being revealed to me anything prohibited to eat for an eater who is eating it, except illa. Now what are the basic things which have been declared haram by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Illa an yakuna maytatan. Number one exception, an animal is dead, so flesh of this dead animal is haram. Aw damam masfuhan, or the blood which has been, which has flown out. Damam masfuhan. If very small quantities of blood remains in the body, well, this is not haram. When you have done tazkiyah and the maximum blood goes out, still some blood can remain in the body. So that is not haram, which can be, flowed out. Aw lahma khinzirin. Number three, the flesh of the swine. فَإِنَّهُ رِجْسٌ, because it is foul in itself. فَإِنَّهُ رِجْسٌ, it is in itself foul and impure. أَوْ فِسْقًا, or the impious meat, أُحِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ, of the animal sacrificed for someone else other than Allah. It was a goat, it was a sheep, all okay, halal, permissible. But it was sacrificed in the name of some other deity, some other god except Allah. Now it has become impious. فَمَنِ اسْتُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ, even among these things, who is compelled, but two conditions, neither craving for it nor transgressing the limits. فَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ, for such people your Lord is forgiving and merciful. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ هَادُوا حَرَّمْنَا كُلَّ ذِي ظَفَرٍ, and all those people who became Jews, who called themselves Jews, حَرَّمْنَا كُلَّ ذِي ظُفُرٍ, we had prohibited for them to eat all the animals who have undivided hoofs, just as horse, etc. The hoofs are one, not divided. وَمِنَ الْبَقَرِ وَالْغَنَمِ حَرَّمْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ شُحُومَهُمَا, and also even from the sheep as well as the cows and oxen and calves, we prohibited upon them their fat. This fat was haram, except illa ma hamalat zuhuruhuma, whatever is sticking to their backs, avil haraya, or with the intestines mixed, aw makhtalata bi'azm, or which is mixed with the bones. But there, where there is fat, separate fat, that is haram, that was declared haram for them. ذَلِكَ جَزَيْنَاهُمْ بِبَغْيِهِمْ, but it was a penalty. We had given them this reward and this penalty due to their insolence. They were rebellious. Although this was actually not haram, it was halal, permissible. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared it as a penalty upon them. وَإِنَّا لَصَادِقُونَ, and believe whatever we are telling is correct and true. فَإِنْ كَذَّبُوكَ, now, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if they are belying you, if they are refuting you, فَقُلْ رَبُّكُمْ ذُو رَحْمَةٍ وَاسِعَةٍ, tell them, your Lord has very wide mercy. The mercy of your Lord embraces everything. But at the same time, وَلَا يُرَدُّ بَعْصُهُ عَنِ الْقَوْمِ الْمُجْرِمِينَ, his punishment will also not be averted from the people who are guilty, who are sinful. So these two aspects of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attributes must be kept simultaneously in mind. Shadidul iqab, Zuntiqab, Rauf and Rahim and Ghafoor. These two aspects, they must be kept and borne in mind simultaneously. سَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا لَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا أَشْرَكُوا. Now these people will say, the last argument or the last plea that they can take, سَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا لَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا أَشْرَكْنَا وَلَا آبَاؤُنَا وَلَا حَرَّمْنَا مِنْ شَيْءٍ. Now they will say, had Allah willed or wished, we couldn't have associated anything with Him. We are under His control. He is controlling everything. Nor our forefathers could have done this shirk. Nor we had, we could have declared things unlawful without his permission. When it has happened, so it means that it has the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is the Lord, He is the controller, nothing can happen here. You say no leaf can move without His permission. So everything, if it has happened in the past, it has come to pass by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is their argument. كَذَلِكَ كَذَّبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Such was the argument of the people who were before them. This is the last, They ignore here that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given option. Imma shakiran wa imma kafura. Every human being, it is open to him. He can go to the right path, to the wrong path. Had this not been there, there was no question of any testing, and then there could be no question of any rewarding or punishing. So this is the basic philosophy. Hatta zaku basana, until they tasted, our punishment and chastisement. Qul hal indakum min ilmi. Now this is the counter attack. Ask them, is with you present any knowledge, any documentary knowledge? Can you produce? Tukhrijuhu lana, which you can present before us, that this is the book. Wrongly or rightly, we were told that this is the divine book. And it is written in this book, all these laws. They didn't have any book whatsoever. All were superstitions only. Hal indakum min ilmin fatukhrijuhu lana in tattabi'una illa zann. No, you are following nothing except your own conjectures. In antum illa takhrusun, and you are doing nothing except guessing. It's all guesswork. It's all, the creation of your imagination and nothing else. Qul falillahi al-hujjatul baligha. Now, this argument, tell them, now the argument is in the favor of Allah. If you can't produce any book, any document, now who wins the argument? فَلِلَّهِ الْحُجَّةُ الْبَالِغَةُ. The conclusive argument is now in favor of Allah. فَلَوْ شَاءَ لَهَدَاكُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. Had He so wished, He could have put all of you on the right path. But He has given you the option. Even now, if you don't believe, well, okay, no, don't believe. Go your way. Well, another alternative. If you don't have any written proof, any documentary proof of what you are saying, there can be another alternative. قُلْ هَلُمَّ شُهَدَاكُمُ الَّذِينَ يَشْهَدُونَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ حَرَّمَ هَذَا. Okay. Bring forth the witnesses from amongst you who can testify to it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared these things to be haram. Fine shahidu. It was hoped that none of them will take this courage. But it is said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, fa'in shahidu, if suppose someone of them comes, and says, yes, I am a witness to it, la fala tashhad ma'ahum. O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't be a witness to it. وَلَا تَتَّبِعْ أَهْوَاءَ الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا. And you don't follow the wishes and the whims of the people who are denying and belying our revelations. وَالَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ وَهُمْ بِرَبِّهِمْ يَعْدِلُونَ. And those who are denying the akhirah, the hereafter. This is the real disease. This is the real cause. They love this world and they want to keep out of sight, out of mind, the hereafter. If somebody has any idea of resurrection and hereafter and the accountability of the day of judgment, then he will listen. He will be serious. He will ponder over things. But if he is just, carefree, he has no idea. If he absolutely denies that there is going to be a resurrection, then this is the basic disease. وَهُمْ بِرَبِّهِمْ يَعْدِلُونَ. And that is why they are making or declaring other things or other people or other, or other gods and goddesses equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now this word ya'dilun, it appeared in the first ayah also. Alhamdulillah alladhi khalaqa samawati wal ard wa ja'ala as-zulumati wan nur summa alladhina kafaru bi rabbihim ya'dilun. Now what does it denote? The main, discussion of this surah has finished here. The beginning and the end, the similarity.